are you? How, what am I doing wrong? I feel like something's wrong and I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Um, Sorry, I'm a little out of sorts. How are you? Welcome to Daily Fuel. Welcome to the replay. Welcome to the group. My name is Bobby. I am the host of this group, The Spiritual Artist, and Brandy is here. Hi, Brandy. How are you? If you're joining in the replay, then let me know you're in the replay. Say, hey, I'm in the replay. You don't have to shout. I can't hear you. That'd be weird. I'm glad I can't hear you because there's like a lot of people. And that would be very loud. I'm kind of in a silly mood today, so bear with me. Anyway, Brandy is here. And so, yeah, I put a hashtag if you're in the replay. Let me know you're in the replay. You can comment along in the replay. I try to go back and I read them and I reply when I can. But yeah, I pretty much read everything in this group. So everything. No, I'm kidding. Brandy is here, and Kelly is here. Hi, Kelly. And Kirsten is here. Hi, Kirsten. And Amy is here. Hi, Amy. And that's all that's here. Okay, so I'm going to, if you guys know, so I don't really have to say it, but for those who see this at a different time, if you're watching live, I go through my spiel, I ignore the comments, then I come back to the comments when I'm done with my spiel, and I read the comments, and we talk, and usually it's a lot of fun. So, let's see. You know what? I'm just going to get started, so let's go. If anybody else joins, they can figure it out. I don't know why I'm in a weird mood. Nothing happened today. I just all of a sudden I feel like, I don't know. Happens. Okay. I just feel giddy. Are you an artist? Are you? You are, is probably the answer, if you're here. So, Vicky Hobbs, she's relatively new, I think, in this group. She's been posting some paintings that she does, and they're really cool, I thought. And then she posted one, and it was interesting because when I saw it, I was like, oh, that looks like Vicky, I thought, because I get to know a lot, like everybody's art to me is stand outish, and I've noticed that, and I was like, oh, that looks like Vicky's work, and as it went by, and then sure enough, I read the post, because I read everything, and it's like, this is a different style, a different technique. I was trying something completely different. And I was like, that's interesting because I recognized it as hers before I even saw her name or read the post that it was different. And, Robin's here. Hi. So, what do you call it? So, I mentioned that to her and she's like, yeah, I've been trying different techniques and different styles. So it got me thinking, like, what makes something recognizable? What makes it stand out? In if it's a painting, is it your brush strokes? Is it the techniques? Is it the tone of the colors that you use? I don't really know that it's any of that stuff. That stuff can be pretty surface. And I think it's something a little deeper than that. What makes it recognizable as yours when you do it differently, or it's a completely different thing? I think that people who see my graphic novel and hear my music are going to both kind of realize that they both came from me, if they know me. You know what I mean? So even if they like one, don't like the other, it doesn't really matter. Everything that I do has like a meanness to it, and I think that's kind of the answer. So rather than just talk about that, I wanted to incorporate that idea into this whole thing today of, are you an artist? Like, what makes the artist recognizable? What makes the artist the artist? What part of us is the artist? Is it the flesh and bones part of us that's the artist, or is it the spirit part, or is it a combination of the two? I think it's a combination of the two, and here's how. In 3 ways that I came up with, as what a surprise. So number 1 is the skills, which I think that's the flesh and bone part, the meat suit part of it. The skills. We as artists have skills. And, whether it's painting, drawing, singing, dancing, it doesn't matter. You got skills. And skills need to be learned Right, Robin? There's always that learning curve, that steep learning curve to acquire new skills. They need to be learned. They need to be practiced. They need to be honed. They need to be crafted. They need to be incorporated into your own style, right? They need to be practiced. They need to be used. We need to use our skills. You don't what's the expression? Use it or lose it. That's it. I was almost like, you use it, you lose it. I was like, no, that's not it. That's not it. Use it or lose it, right? It's like I think it's more like use it or it becomes stagnant is what happens, because I do believe that skills can always be resuscitated even after a stagnation period. So skills are the part that are the 3D, the human being having the human experience part. It's the thing that we have to work at and practice and stuff. Underlying the skills, the foundation of the skills that we have, number two, is the talent. It's the talent. You know what talent is? Well, for me, talent is the innate part. It's the part we were born with. And the interesting part about talent is I think it's more than just an aptitude for something. It's also an aptitude combined with desire. Because it's got to be both. There are things that I would say that I'm pretty good at. You know, I'm in fact, there are some things that I'm very good at, but I don't have a desire to make it a major part of my life. For example, I was always a good student in school. I'm very good at science. I'm very good at math. I don't know. I just am, you know? And except there's no way I would ever want to have a career in science or math. In fact, how do I know that? Because I tried. I went to school right after high school. I went to engineering college. I went to Polytechnic University for aerospace engineering because I wanted to draw airplanes my whole life. And then I realized you don't draw airplanes when you're an aerospace engineer. You design the screw that holds the controls together in the landing gear and the nose of the airplane, and that's all you do, you know. And I was like, oh wow, this really sucks. And it's mostly math. It's all science and math, and I was good-ish at it. And to this day, it's like I'm the homework parent, you know, like I'm always helping with science. In fact, we have kids from the neighborhood that sometimes come over for homework help because I'm good at it, you know. But I have an aptitude for it, but not a desire. On the other hand, I have an aptitude and a desire for my art, for singing, for music, for drawing. And I think that it's important that you realize what talents you have both of those for. You know, it's one thing to have skills, but what do you have the talent for? What do you have the aptitude, the ability, the innate ability, and the desire to use? And that's number two. And then number three, finally, is the part that I was getting to, talking about Vicky's painting. That's the style. That's the thing that's recognizable. And I don't mean style in terms of, oh, I paint this way or I sing in this, you know, style. I don't mean genre. I don't mean technique. I don't mean any of that stuff. I mean style in terms of a recognizable energy signature. Do you watch American Idol? If you watched American Idol this season, if you don't know Lionel Richie, you probably know who that is. He's one of the judges on American Idol for the past couple of years. And he has been pointing out when certain singers, he would call them a stylist, meaning that their voice is recognizable. One note comes out of their mouth and that's so-and-so, and I know it just from that note. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have to hear the whole song. I know exactly who that is. And it's not... to the untrained person, to the non-spiritual artist kind of person, it might be like, oh, well, I recognize their voice, or I recognize their tone, or, boy, that's the person that sings like this, and they're really, really high-pitched, you know? I'll never do that again, don't worry. Right? And, you know, it's like there's those qualities that are recognizable, but there are just certain things that are recognizable because there's an underlying energy to that artist. And it's what I call the you-ness, Y-O-U-ness. Figure out what can you create that you can just pour your heart into and that you would want to do again and again and again and again and again. It doesn't have to be the same piece. It doesn't even have to be the same medium of art. It doesn't have to be, you know, I sing and make music and I'm making a graphic novel. But to me, I'm learning how to combine them into one project so that they're not separate, because I'm not separate. I'm putting my same me-ness into it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Your skills, you got to practice them, you got to use them, you got to work them, you got to hone them, you got to craft them, you got to learn them. Based on the talent that you were born with, the aptitude that you have and the desire that you have, and then combine those things and just be like, where is my heart leading me? What do I want to create? That's going to create that energy signature that anyone can look at it, listen to it, watch it, whatever they do it, and just know that's you. That's you. I recognize it immediately. So there we go. Let's be done with this one and go to the comments. I see some faces that I haven't seen in a couple of fuels. Anyway, Kelly, Brandy, Kirsten, Amy said hi to you guys. Giddy, well, this is interesting. A weird attack. Is that what I was having? I was having a weird attack. I'll take it. That happens. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Kirsten says giddy equals getting into the zone. I think so. What happened here? How did this... All of a sudden, sometimes things just change size. I don't know why. I like it more like that so that I can see it. I don't have to do this. Giddy equals getting into the zone. Does it? I like that. I like that as well. I'm having a weird attack here. Robin says hello. Has some wine there. Not yet. I'm gonna have a drink later, but I gotta go get some. So not yet. And Ray is here. Hi. Hi. How you doing? Nice to see you. By the way, we're at 1,030 people, so 3 more people. And I was wrong, Ray, because I don't know if anyone else saw this little conversation she and I had, but I was saying that once the group hit 1,000 people, it stopped showing the exact number in the top, under on the homepage. And now it just says 1.0K, and then when it gets to 1,100, it'll say 1.1K, and so on and so forth. So I was like, we're not going to be able to see 1,033 like I had hoped. However, I was wrong. You are able to see it. You just have to look for it. It's if you click on the members page with the list of members, it shows the exact number. I haven't looked on the app, but it does on the desktop version of Facebook. So we're at 1,030. So 3 more people. And Robin says, we can't... Wow, I have like a... You hear that? Do you hear it? It's like scratchy. I don't know. I can feel it. I've been having like a throat thing. We can't get away with anything because he reads everything. I miss the things that I don't know about. I'm sure there are some things I've missed. Robin, hi Kirsten. Hi Kirsten and hi Amy. Everybody, Robin says hi. And you guys are now saying hi to Robin. So we're a very pleasant bunch. Richard's here. What's up? How are you, buddy? I am the art, and the art is me. I like that. Life's like a self-portrait. We are our own ultimate creation. Yeah, I like that. I like all of that. And Richard's here. What's up, buddy? How are you? My dad made and drafted plans for the planes for Boeing. He was an employee for the company. He should have went solo. Oh, did he really? Oh, that's cool. I actually liked aerospace engineering in the very beginning. I liked the aerospace part of it, but I didn't like the engineering part of it. One being with many faucets. What? I don't know what that means. Breathe. He's telling me to breathe. Take a breath. Amy says, I think I'm gearing up to travel the universe and explore all the planets yet unseen. Well, that's interesting. You mean in your paintings? You're doing some interesting things. Yeah, by the way, I was looking at your frames, Amy, and I couldn't tell which one I liked better. I think I liked the silver frame with the black on the inside. That was just that was my first thought. But they were both cool. Very cool numbers. Thanks. And Robin says, oh, here we go. Finally, an essay. Thank you. Robin says, I think the way for some artists to know when they've found an important part of being who they are, when they find something they can't stop doing. Yeah. and that something is something they can't help themselves from doing. Yeah, like I don't know why I like doing Daily Fuel. I don't know why. It's weird, but I like it and I do it, and you guys show up, so let's keep doing it. It's a lot of fun for me. It's to me, the Daily Fuel is kind of an art form for me. It's a performance art, and it's also a way for me to practice getting in the zone on command. I've been doing this every day for a while now. I'm not in a great mood all day, every day. I'm not all like, yeah, let's go every day, all the time. You know, I'm a person and I've got moods and people annoy me and things that happen. But I have to be like, all right, I got to get in the mindset now. I got to do my live. There's a time frame for it. And it's like, so it's kind of an interesting practice for me to be able to control that part of me to get into the zone here, because I do feel like Daily Fuel gets me in the zone every day. Some days not quite as much as most days, but most days pretty good, and some days are like, wow, I don't even know what the hell that was. So but you know, those are the great ones. Kelly says, I am the artist, so I can create, but I have to put effort forth to get myself to a place of allowing expression. Otherwise, I am not an artist, more like an unplanted seed. I have to put effort forth to get myself to a place of allowing expression. Okay, so you're talking about you're like Kelly, the person in your body, is able to do the doing of art, but unless you connect and unless you get in the zone, unless you get the flow, unless you connect to your spirit, or however you like to say it, you're full of potential, but it's not coming out of you. Is that what you're saying? I hear that. I believe that. Kirsten, wow, this is great. Cool. Thanks. I guess this is a good one. I feel like I can identify the 1, 2, and 3 in my journey. Being able to see how far I have come gives me all the more confidence to push forward and know that I am going in the right direction. Excellent. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, you know, I've appreciated the things you've said. Well, that everybody has said, but Kirsten said something specifically, and about it helping you, and it's just how it's giving you confidence. That's that, and to push forward. And I just liked that you said that. Thank you. Richard says, bingo. I guess I said something right. Something that I said was right on, apparently. So nice that others remind you to breathe. Hope they remind themselves to take a breath and pass along a hug when they can. Yes, a lot of you guys remind me to breathe. It's nice. And Richard says grounding. By the way, today's Mikey's birthday. He's not here today. I was trying to remember that today was his birthday to wish him a happy birthday, but he's not here. So if you're watching in the replay, happy birthday. If you're not, then forget it. That's it. That's the last comment. So guys, anybody else got anything to say? I'm going to wrap this up. Apparently my voice is going. I don't know what's happening here. But thanks so much. This was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys a lot. I really, really do. The energy here and what we're creating is just beyond what I could have imagined it being, and I can see it growing and becoming more. Oh, Jesus, Robin, really? Okay, I thought I was done. I once did some performance art as improv per se. It was just by accident. I was downtown and I walked into a session that encouraged me to jump in and join an improv thingy. And it was so fun for me, and I got really into it and had a ball bouncing. I had a ball bouncing, my acting on the fly against the others. I had a ball bouncing? What? You were bouncing? Oh, wait. I had a ball. Like, I had a great time bouncing my acting on the fly against the others. I got it. Okay. Yeah. This is what happens when we use no punctuation in capital letters. It just, okay. Very good. I had a ball bouncing. Robin, you get me every time. We made the whole thing as we went. we made the whole thing up as we went along, and the next day I got a call from the radio station wanting me to do a live improv. That's cool. That's a lot of fun. So that sounds awesome. And Lions to what's your Haley, right? Your name is Haley. Says grounding myself. That's when the imagination flows. Sorry, I'm having phone problems. Love to all. No, you don't have to be sorry. Don't worry about it. Grounding myself, that's when the imagination flows. So okay, so that's the energy work. That's any kind of energy work. By the way, that's something I don't really mention as energy work. I say, like meditation, yoga, exercise, things, singing, music, doing your art. But also, my wife Laura, she's very like into like physical meditations, where like going outside and being around trees, or being barefoot in the grass and feeling the dirt on her feet. To me, it's just like, oh, it's a rock. It hurts my feet. And I'm a baby about it. But to her, it's like she feels the energy of the earth. So that's another way to literally ground yourself. So thanks for that. Brandy, nailed it again. Yeah. Thanks. I don't know where this stuff is coming from today. I'm telling you, I'm like in a weird loop. I have been doubting myself as an artist, thinking I'm not worthy of that title. So Cosmos intervened again. Love it. Thank you, Bobby. You're welcome. You're definitely an artist. Everybody here is an artist in some way or another. Anna mentioned something about never studying drawing, but I've seen her paintings. They're amazing, and she has that style, that recognizable energy signature to her work, and so do you, Brandy. So everybody is an artist. It's always a trick question. Are you an artist? The answer is yes. Phone keyboard. Yeah, I know what you meant. Amy, kind of feel like I'm an artist all the time, but I have to focus to do the rest of things in life. Yeah, so like sometimes life gets in the way of what you want to do. I know that's what I'm working on here, and I feel like that's kind of where Daily Fuel is leading us towards, is like my overall vision of the group is, how the heck do you make art a bigger part of your life? That's what I want. I want art to be a bigger part of your life. And so it's what we talk about all day, every day here. So just the sheer fact that we are in this place talking about it and looking at all this art just makes it a part of your life, because it would be so easy to shut it off and just, go clean the bathroom and make the food and drive this one there and that one here. And you know what I mean? It's like, it's easy to do that. So it takes a little extra work to be here and invest in art. I'm here. You know what? We're close to the end. I don't know who that is. That is, that's my wife. Well, you're here. Thank you. But we can't see you. You have to click the link, which I forgot to link to today. I'll do that for you later, so don't worry about it. Anyway, nice to see you, Dot. I'll see you in a minute. And Haley, LOL. Yeah, how did you know? LOL. Because I read everything. That's how I knew. I'm interested in people in my group, and when people are interacting in the group, I look at them and I look at their profiles, and I looked at yours and I saw it said your name was Haley, and I remembered. But is it okay if I call you Haley in here? Love your style of grounding, Laura. Yes, grounding, Laura. Yes, that's definitely something that. Look at this. She's even on my live, in my group on my live, I'm getting the eye rolls. How am I supposed to know this was? How was I supposed to know that was you? She's right there. Amy says this group is like the art candy store. I like that. She's telling you, Bobby, time for dinner. Yeah, that's where I gotta go. I gotta go. She and I are having a sushi dinner date tonight, so I have to go pick it up. Like my mom ringing the bell for us to run home. When I was a kid, my mom used to yell out into the street all the time for us to come home. If we were playing in the street, it was my mom would yell out for us to come in, dinner's ready, or something like that, you know. But when we were playing out in the field across the street, somewhere else, like behind my house was a major road, and we would cross that road, and behind that road was this big field, and there were baseball fields and a big grass field. We'd play football and stuff on it. And if we were playing there and it was time to come home, my dad would go in the backyard, and he could do this thing where he'd whistle with two fingers, and like everyone on planet Earth, do you remember hearing those whistles in the 80s? That was my dad. He could do that, and it was so loud, and everybody would just be like, Bobby, you gotta go home. I'd be like, nah, okay, because we knew that was my dad. I don't know why I told you that. Anyway, sure, Haley is fine. Lion's tooth is to expel weirdos. Very good. Well, now we're done? Okay, let's be done. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me once again, and thank you to Laura for saying hi. And I'll click that link for you, Laura, and I'll get to. I thought I did that. I did it for her before, but got to do it again. Anyway, guys, tomorrow's Sunday, so I'm going to take a day off from Daily Fuel. We will be back on Monday, and anything that you guys have in mind for Daily Fuel, please be spewing it out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a post every weekend and ask for ideas for the forthcoming week, and I'm going to like set up the week ahead of time. Also, here's a question. Is it easier if Daily Fuel was like at a set time every day, or, you know, because some people have said that. So it might not be impossible for me to do that. I need to work it out. But I'm thinking, because I'm usually doing this at 6:30 every day anyway, if I just said it's every day at 6:30, but, you know, with a little asterisk, because every once in a while I got something going on and I got to change the time. But maybe if we just said it's just at 6:30. Anyway, you can let me know that. There are no more comments coming in. So I'm going to go. Haley, you get the booby prize today because you got the last comment. So I will see you guys. I'll be around tomorrow, but I'll see you on Monday. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.